If a child is to improve in Finglas, it will be in spite of the environment.
And the houses have multiplied. Today the population of the Finglas electoral area is well over 50,000, much bigger than Galway or Waterford, nearly the size of Limerick. And in the last decade, 10,000 new tenants have crowded in to Finglas West and South. Young families, many with roots in the old deprived communities of Dublin's inner city. They've left the tenements, they've changed address, but still in Finglas, the basic problems remain.
What began in a lane in Finglas in the early 70s, which led me into the world of boxing, ended the 17th of March 1982 as I crossed the water to England and found myself in Manchester. The rain was exploding upon the ground. It was Paddy's Day. There was a cold wind. I walked out onto a pier. The fight that night entailed broken noses, busted ears, buckets of blood and roars of crowds, and a man sitting in the corner wondering why he began all this. But when I stepped off the boat that day, I was met with Rocky, my cornerman. Rocky waved goodbye. I watched him, as stated in the book when we were kids, through the rear view mirror of his car. That was the last time I'd see him. Rocky sadly would lose his life in the streets of Dublin. Danny, my trainer, would die in the arms of his only brother. And I would make my way back to the neighbourhood I came from, Finglas South.
When, on March the 17th, 1982, he crossed the water to England, that particular fight outlined the harsh reality of boxing more than any former bout had done. George was about 19 years of age and had at this point spent half his life in the ring.
Yeah, I grew up here on this road, well around the corner, like, you know. Came here in 1973. It's changed, and yet all remains the same. Hennessy's lived in there, Thomas. In the book I could talk about where they come around the corner and knock on the door to Thomas' house, and we used to all play down there. That's where the fields used to be. It was a tough neighbourhood. It was a tough place to grow at times, but that's life.
Myself and George were really good friends. Unfortunately, we started going different roads. George took and Joseph took the boxing route, and that's the road they went down. But at this time, I was getting involved in crime.
My name is Sean Curran, and I'm a Finglas man. You know, I grew up in Finglas, and it was a tough community. You know, I knew Joe and George when we were kids. You know, they were two tough kids. You know, and their brother Pat as well, tough guys. You know, and they were from the south, and we were from Finglas West. You know, and my life though went on a different sort of trajectory. You know, a different path I took. You know, I went into crime and alcoholism, and just really went full head on into a really bad path. You know, I spent a lot of years between crime and prison. And
hello, my name is Tito. I grew up in Finglas as it is. I was at the Twins' first gig. It was down Red Soil. Good, it was an exciting time for them. It was a good night, a long time ago. So we went to school together then as well. Joe was in my class, but I knew George as well. Good old laugh. We had a good laugh at school.
A lot of ghosts, you know. Them trees weren't dead. We can still see when I look at us all skipping down the corner there. We used to all hang around the corner, and Christy Fay and me, Joe, Thomas, Bellar, Wally, all of us, we plan our day and we do what we had to do. Had fun down here, we had as kids.
The family home for the boys was a hub of creative activity, where there was an openness to the arts, particularly reading and film. In the early to late 70s, the Sunday matinee on RTE featured many older Hollywood films, many of them in black and white, which the Fitzgeralds watched together. During this family time, the boys were exposed to film stars of Irish-American descent, such as Gene Kelly, John Wayne, Errol Flynn, Burt Lancaster, comic actor Jackie Gleason, and then James Cagney, Pat O'Brien, and the Bowery Boys. However, a different national influence prevailed one night when their father told them there was a film they would love on telly, called Somebody Up There Likes Me. This film starred Paul Newman in the role of Italian-American boxer Rocky Graziano, based on Rocky's autobiography. Years later, George would write a book called Somebody Up There Likes Me Too.
A door was opened, an astonishing world in the mind of a child's imagination. The key in the lock, I watched it turn. The mechanical genius of the key working like that of a clock. Our childhood was filled with play. Hot summer days with wide open fields and rivers with fish in them. In Finglas South, where the girls would play along the path and boys would stand on the corner playing nearest to the wall, music drifting from the ghetto blasters that we had bought. However, the boy in the bedroom and his animated world of heroes and villains and giants and goblins, and the extraordinary ability to write a story with the working of a child and the mind that was in him. Our house was simple. Ma and Dad read books. They told stories. We were filled with uncles who would tell stories also, always talking about literature, books that was out and books that we bought, and also playwrights and actors and who was in what film and who was in the other. Divorced as I was as a child from academia, but in the bedroom, I worked my imagination. Every word that was spoken, I took it and brought it into an almost animated world and made a story out of it. And knowing that one day I'll put pen to paper and I'll write the story. And I let the little boy say it. And all he had to say was, this is my story when we were kids.
Joseph's boxing career came to an end when he discovered his voice. As many in the neighbourhood would say, that boy can sing.
I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are.
He can wave back here.
Wishing on a dream to follow what it means.
Come on, Jackie.
and I'm wishing on a rainbow that I've seen. I'm wishing on the people who seldom dream, and I didn't mean to hurt you, but I know that in the game of love you need a show. And I never thought I'd see a time when you